Hi, this is Jamie Lee. I'm an independent distributor with Gel Moment Nail Polish. I am here today to show you how to create this cute springtime nail art. This one is a bunny. It's got a cool technique in the background. I'm going to start with that. That's a way to make it look like it's got like a slightly cloudy sky behind the bunny's head. And let me tell you what colors you'll need for today's nail art. Crazy for Blue, Lovey-Dovey, Apple Blossom, Raven's Kiss, and Matter of Fact, or the gray side of a nail file buffer. Here are the brushes you will need today. We will be using the number 9 gradual brush, the number 12 short striper brush, and the number 15 fine detail brush. We'll also be using a few dotting tool, so whatever size you like. You're just going to need to use the 2 different sizes on either end of the dotter. Alright, so to get started, I have prepared my nail with 1 coat of Crazy for Blue. I like to do that so that the cloudy sky doesn't look so sheer. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use my my brush, this is the gradual brush number 6, to pick up a little bit of the Crazy for Blue and start just pressing it down, kind of dabbing it along the nail surface. Okay, I like to get it darker in certain areas and then leaving the lighter blue behind. So I just keep pressing, press and move, press and move. That's how I do this little technique. And then I'm going to pick up, without cleaning my brush, I'm going to pick up some lovey-dovey and I'm going to put that at the top. And I'm going to press and move, press and move, press and move. And I'm going to start placing some of these puffy clouds that I'm creating right on top of the wet Crazy for Blue. Okay, so the more lovey-dovey you press down, the more puffy clouds you are going to create behind your character. Because our bunny is white in this sample, you could make him brown if you'd like and use Toes in the Sand, or gray, any one of our beautiful colors like London Dreams would be beautiful for a gray bunny. You can do any color you like. I'm just adding a little more white and a little more Crazy for Blue out on my work surface because I don't have enough. You could use any color bunny you'd like. So this technique works great for any color that you might like to make. But I'm going to add a little more of the Crazy for Blue to the bottom area of my nail down here. See this part down here? Because I would like it to be a little bit darker behind where my bunny will be drawn. Okay, so you can see that I have this really kind of cool, organic looking cloud, and you just keep tapping, placing and tapping the color. This is on its own a really beautiful accent nail. Instead of marbling, you can try just tapping the colors on and getting kind of that gradient look to it. Okay, I'm going to put a tiny bit more of the lovey-dovey up top, and then when I'm happy with the way that this looks, before I cure my nail, I'm going to tap it a couple of times on my mat to help level out the polish. See, now it looks a little more level, it's not quite so bumpy. And then I'm going to place it into my LED lamp for 45 seconds. Okay, while I was away, I added some Apple Blossom and Raven's Kiss to my mixing area on my mat, and my nail has fully cured. It's ready to go. I like to use a coat of Matter of Fact at this point. I shake it up before I use it. And I'm just going to put a thin coat onto my nail. I like the way that this helps the background move to the back, and the bunny will pop with it being glossy, which is the natural finish of our polish. So I'm just going to cap the end of the nail here and place this back in my Gel Moment LED lamp for 45 seconds. Okay, we're back. If you would like to get a deeper effect so that you can see a little more of the white, you can add a second layer of lovey-dovey and mix it in with the Crazy for Blue. But I like the way that this looks now because it has a nice deep blue space here for our bunny. Okay, so I'm going to move on. So I'm going to take our number 9 gradual brush, and I'm going to dip it directly into the lovey-dovey. And I'm going to begin by making a half oval on the nail tip for the bunny's head. So I'm going to start in the middle, and then I'm just going to drag left, and I'm going to drag right, and I'm going to make the shape of the bunny's head. I pull the extra polish toward the nail tip, and I rough in the shape of the head of the rabbit. Let's zoom in so you can see it a little closer. Okay, this first coat is going to be a little sheer. Don't worry about it. Just roughing in the shape. And decide what shape you want it to be. It kind of looks like the top of an Easter egg. So we have a half oval. Don't forget to cap the edge of your nail with the lovey-dovey so that the white wraps over the edge. It helps to seal your artwork in to have it capped. Okay, and we're going to do 2 very long ovals for the ears. I'm going to start about 2/3 of the way up on the nail. I'm going to push a dot of polish down, and then I'm just going to lift up as I go to make it skinnier. So I push down a little harder at the beginning and lift up, and it makes a nice ear shape. Okay, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. About the same height, I'm going to push down, and then I'm going to lift up as I go. And that makes the ear skinnier as I get towards the head of the rabbit. Okay, so then you play around with the size of the ears. You can make them a little bit wider at the tip by just adding a couple brush strokes. Make any final adjustments to the first layer. We're going to do this again to make it more opaque so you can't see through it. Okay, but try and get your bunny the rough shape in. Just going to play around with the ears a little bit and get them the shape that I want them to be. Okay, if you don't like where the polish landed, you can always take another brush. You can use a little bit of rubbing alcohol to just take some of the paint away. This polish is really easy to adjust before you cure it. So do any final little adjustments with your clean brush and a little bit of rubbing alcohol before you cure. So I skinnied up that side there. You can see I made his ear a little bit skinnier right before it meets its head, and I am going to put this into the LED lamp for 45 seconds. Okay, so this is the first coat. We are going to go back into the lovey-dovey and repeat the process until the bunny is the shade of white that we'd like. Lovey-dovey goes on a little bit sheer the first coat, so I always like to use multiple coats when I'm doing nail art that features this color. Okay, so you can see now with the second coat the rabbit is taking shape. I'm going to go in and just cover up the ear again with the second coat, and the same thing on the left ear. Okay, and the smaller the amount of pressure you use on your brush, the thinner the line you're going to be able to create. So just keep that in mind. Use a light hand to create the look you want. Okay, cap the edge with lovey-dovey. I'm thinking it looks pretty good. So into the light it goes, 45 seconds. Okay, we're back. You can do a third coat of lovey-dovey on your rabbit if you desire. I'm just doing a very, very thin coat this time just to finish up any little coverage to cover up that crazy for blue background. And then we're going to put him back into the LED lamp for 45 seconds. All right, we're back. Next step, I'm going to take the largest dotting tool. I'm going to dip it into my apple blossom, and I'm going to do 2 cheeks for my bunny. I'm going to do one right on the right hand side of the face and one on the left hand side of the face, trying to make them about as even as I can. Then I'm going to turn my dotting tool around, the same largest dotting tool, and I'm going to dip the smaller end of it into Raven's Kiss, and I'm going to add 2 eyes, okay, toward the top of the head, around where the ears are, and I'm going to put the eyes in. 2 dots, about like that. Okay, so I'm going to cure those so that I don't smudge them. Okay, so here's my bunny so far. I'm going to take my smallest detail brush. It's called the Fine Detail Brush, number 15. I'm going to dip it into Apple Blossom. Just get a little bit of polish on the brush. And I'm going to create the nose. It goes right in between the cheeks, and it's a little triangle. So it's just a straight line across and then down to the point in the middle. Okay. It's a very, very small detail, just to make it a little bit wider at the top. If you don't like the way it comes out, you can always wipe it away and try again. Don't worry, until you cure, nothing's permanent. I'm also going to dip that brush back into the apple blossom, and I'm going to drag a small amount down each ear. Again, I'm touching very lightly. See how lightly I'm touching there? Because I want a thin line of pink. I still want the white of the lovey-dovey to show around the pink of the apple blossom. So just be patient and go slow and just get a small amount of the apple blossom inside each ear. Go ahead and adjust as needed, and when you're happy with your bunny, into the LED lamp for 45 seconds. Okay, remember to take care of your tools. I'm going to use a Gel Moment nail cleanser pad. I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to clean my dotter tool and any brushes that I've used to make sure that I get the polish off the brushes and the dotters. Okay, we're back. Just a few final details and this bunny will be done. I'm going to take the striping tool. This is number 12 short striper brush. And I'm going to use it to make the whiskers. So I'm going to drag the brush through the Raven's Kiss and just get a little bit of polish on there. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the nose and just touch the brush and pull a small amount away from the nose. Oop, I wiggled it a little bit there. That's okay. Go in, get a little bit of rubbing alcohol and just wipe it away. See how easy that is to fix? Look at that. Okay, go back in, try again. Just be careful going over the dot of apple blossom. Sometimes your brush wiggles in a funny way. Just be patient. Pull a couple of whiskers out. There we go. This one has 3 whiskers on each side, but your bunny can have as many as you'd like. Okay, I'm just going to turn it around to get to the other side. And I just pull a few more whiskers from the nose out towards the side of the bunny's face. The lighter you touch with the brush, the thinner your lines will be. And we're going to put one more with the thin striper brush. We're going to take it from the nose straight down the face. And that's just the small area on the bunny right before it gets to its mouth. Last detail before we finish up our bunny, and it's going to be another dotting tool. Find a dotting tool that's smaller than the dot you used for Raven's Kiss. Dip into lovey-dovey. And you can place 2 small dots on the right side of each eye. Gives your bunny a little character. And into the Gel Moment LED lamp for 45 seconds. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed painting a springtime bunny with a beautiful, cloudy, crazy for blue background with me today. My name is Jamie Lee. I am an independent distributor with Gel Moment. I hope you have a great day.